we tried to actually figure out what the gang sign was when we were in. So we were in Minnesota.
Looked weird. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. We haven't been able to figure out exactly what the gang sign is yet, but there's something that we're going to have to come up with, just like flashing you PDK. We were in Minnesota yesterday, actually, and we were filming a case study at a really cool auto body shop. And by the time this episode drops, hey, that episode's going to be already dropped too. But yeah, so we were talking about how we need to signal when Jordan is officially going, so that way we know that we can just get going. But yeah, so gang symbol I think is going to be it, the PDK gang symbol. So if you guys can help us out with that, that'd be great.
Very important for a company to establish its mission and core values, and also its company gang symbol.
Sounds perfect. So I think that's actually going to be like our next quarterly activity that we do as a whole company at a quarterly meeting. Is like, hey, everybody, we're going to teach you guys the new PDK hand signal, so we can get that out there to the world. And then we teach all of our dealers. It's going to be a new lesson in all of our technical training. So when dealers are out there, they can go ahead and flash this hand signal and see if the other guys are part of the PDK club or if they're competitors.
Yeah.
Anyways. Well, anyways, guys, welcome on into this week's episode of the Big Access Podcast. As you guys can see, we are once again not at home in our studio, but we are still on location at PDK. In fact, what we're at right now is our brand new warehouse here at PDK.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. So PDK for a while now has had a separated warehouse and production facility and corporate headquarters, 2 different locations, not too far away from each other, but it's been very, we haven't had a space to fit all the product in, so we had to originally move it and take care of it. When I joined the company, we were in a really small facility where we had it all, in one location. And in fact, when I was a sales guy, when I first came on, I used to go and sell the job and then walk across the hall, build the product, and then get that shipped out. And so it was kind of funny. There's been some big changes. I mean, even when we moved to the first production facility, it was a big deal. But then it got to the point where that was so crowded and nasty and like you could not breathe. I walked in there and I felt like I was, if something fell off the shelf, I thought I was going to be in like 127 hours where I had to cut my arm off in order to escape. But
a lot of OSHA violations at our old warehouse.
Dude, we don't need to talk about anything.
That's not a good thing to talk about.
First thing we're talking about.
First thing we're going to be talking about is OSHA. But no, so we just recently built out this big new warehouse and are really excited about it. I mean, if you combine this one and the one next door, we've got 14,000 square feet between it.
Yeah, something like that.
So it's pretty exciting, and it is just filled with racks and product, and really ultimately everything that our customers need. So, anyways, as you can see, we are here on location. So if you hear any background noise, we're not stopping business for this podcast. We got to work. We got partners to get their products out to, so it's important. But I want to make sure that we do take the time to introduce our guests this time. Brad Nottingham.
Hello. This is my second appearance.
It is his second appearance. So, yeah, you came on. You were one of the first.
I'm a regular.
Yeah, you are a regular. And then we do have a first-timer, Andrew Clark, who is next to us.
Hello.
Yeah, so Andrew is going to just be talking with all sorts of sultry tones, and it's going to be It's going to be very nice. I mean, this is basically going to be an ASMR channel where he's going to be sitting here and really making you feel those tingles. So
I don't know about that.
I feel the good tingles whenever I'm around Andrew.
That's good.
Thank you.
That's good. So what we're going to do is we're going to have each one of you guys introduce who you guys are, what your position is here at PDK, why you guys are a vital, important team member of PDK, and go from there. So Brad, let's start with you.
Okay. Cool. So I have a kind of a mouthful title. So I'm the Senior Supply Chain and Production Manager. Ooh, yippee.
Trying to put that on your business cards is pretty crazy.
Yeah,
we have to finagle a few things in order to make that work.
Hulu has live sports commercial.
Oh my gosh, with Jalen Hurts.
With my guy Jalen Hurts. Anyway, yeah. So I run our supply chain and manage product from kind of its initial beginnings with a lot of our partners, and manage all the component orders and whether it's enclosures or PCBA stuff or our readers and credentials, all the components that are that it takes to build those products. I'm managing that and forecasting out our needs and whatnot, and then that's a pretty big bulk of my job. And then working with Andrew on kind of more big picture goals for the production team and the facility here. So that's kind of the 50,000, 10,000, 30,000 foot view.
I
That's
mean, it could be either one of those
Yeah,
three.
who knows?
Yeah.
It's a big view.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's a
view.
big view.
Are you wearing that hat on purpose today?
I did actually.
Okay.
On purpose. Yeah. For
The episode that actually dropped today was me and Jeremy talking about how much we really wanted the Cowboys to beat the Eagles, and it didn't happen.
rough.
And so
Yeah. For those listening, I'm wearing a classic Kelly Green Philadelphia Eagles hat.
it is so ugly.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Andrew,
my guy. I
you-
converted him.
I was in the airport yesterday wearing a Dallas Cowboys t-shirt, and somebody started singing "Fly Eagles Fly" to me. I'm just like, oh man, you got to be kidding me. That was brutal. You guys,
Wow.
it was already brutal enough to lose
Yeah.
by a foot and a half.
At
and
least you
then
didn't
that.
get a battery thrown at you, which is
At least I didn't get a battery thrown at me.
that's what we do to Santa sometimes.
Mm.
Anyway, it's neither here nor there. Go Birds. We did get a good victory over the Cowboys. A little scary there at the end, but
Oh, geez. Well, I hope you lose every other game for the rest of the season.
Not
Kind of like the 49ers are doing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Sean Blaisdell.
Yeah, bearded Dwight. Anyways, Andrew, let's go to you, man. What's
Okay.
your title and responsibility here?
I'm the production manager, so I handle everything under the roof of production, employee training, employee hiring. I also handle purchase order processing, sales order processing, bringing in product and making sure our assembly line is, I don't say up to code, but that we're assembling everything right. We're doing quality assurance checks and then handling shipping, receiving, and having a good time.
Yeah.
That's the big thing for us.
That's important, right? You got to be able to
Yeah.
keep a good employee morale and good company morale all over.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I mean, so Andrew, let's start by talking about the original production facility. Obviously, we had a lot of product. That's one thing that is really cool with PDK is we don't have supply chain issues. We have a crap ton of product. Thanks, Brad.
Wow.
Welcome. It's all me. No one
Big
else.
praise. It's just
And so with that, we've had to keep a lot of product here on hand, so that way when our distributors and our partners place orders, we can go ahead and get those out right when they need it. How long is our average wait time to get a product out?
same day.
Same
Usually.
freaking
I mean,
day.
we're not as good as maybe Amazon, but
Well,
sometimes
okay.
we are.
I think-
Sometimes we
Dude,
are.
I'd say-
I was gonna say Amazon is very localized and regional, but dude, being able to get these products out to our distributors in one day, that's pretty dang Amazon-esque, man.
Yeah, for sure. I think our standard KPI is 1 to 3 days, but Andrew and the team kill it and get stuff out same day the vast majority of the time, I would say, which is
Yeah.
super impressive.
So let's actually talk about what kind of benefit that brings to our partners. I mean, when you think about it, right, we've got 48, 49 distribution partners spread throughout the country, right? And a lot of them stock all of our equipment inside of their branches. A lot of them have a bunch of equipment in their hubs. And so ultimately it makes it so that our partners can get products same day. But if we do run into a scenario where maybe a distribution partner is ordering stuff and needs to have it drop shipped or needs to get it to their facility ASAP so a partner can get working on their job, being able to not have a big lead time or any back orders is a huge deal.
Yeah.
So well done, Andrew and team.
Yeah, for real, it is huge. I mean, I think we've all doesn't matter what industry you're in, but I mean, I'm sure particularly if you're a integrator and you've got 5 or 6 jobs planned out, and one wrench in the cogs can really throw off your whole workflow, and you get angry customers if you can't get this reader in or this controller or what have you. And so I think we take it really seriously. I know Andrew does, and really want to just take care of the partner and make sure they've got the product they need in a timely manner, because stuff happens. You spec out a job and then you realize oh crap, I actually might need another pack of credentials or another controller or another cloud node or whatever. So we understand that and take that role seriously of making sure they get what they need.
Yeah.
We do it because we love you.
Well, I mean, that's one thing that we talk about in almost every episode is partner fanaticism. That's one of the big differentiators of what makes PDK great. And every department has their own style of partner fanaticism, right? Sales is they're great partner fanatics. They are obsessed with making sure that all our partners have all of the bill of materials or every part that they need, or all the assistance they need doing any demos, anything like that. Technical support is all about taking care of them, making sure that they themselves know everything so that you can answer the phone calls quick and be able to get that first call resolution taken care of really quickly. But not a lot of people, that's the interaction that people have with PDK on the daily. People don't really get to see the behind the scenes work like here at the production and facility and everything that you guys do to be partner fanatics. So today we're going to talk a little bit about how you guys have gone about being those partner fanatics, what kind of the process looks like of getting raw goods, building the materials, getting them on the shelves, and getting them out looks like. So Andrew, let's first start by talking about bringing everything in. What does that process look like? I mean, obviously there's a lot of different parts that need to be assembled and put together in order to make a good PDK controller or product. What does that look like?
It's a lot of purchase orders. I mean, we have to bring in all of our product. We have to make sure that you have the tools necessary for it, and also the labor. So there's a lot of planning that goes into it. And I think Brad can speak a lot on the process of bringing things in, making sure that we're supplied and that we can fulfill these orders. I mean, I think Brad does a lot of forecasting, and that's incredibly helpful for, the amount of product that we ship out. There's probably double or triple, quadruple, I don't know, the amount of forecasting. You want to speak on that?
Yeah, for sure. That's a pretty big part of any kind of supply chain organization's role is forecasting out demand. It's pretty difficult at a company like ours, which is growing so rapidly, and have, double-digit growth year over year, basically every year. A lot of work is going into that. And ultimately, like throughout COVID, we had to kind of just do excess planning and kind of build in buffers because I think some people found us because some of our competitors didn't have product.
Mm-hmm.
So building in those buffers to understand like, okay, well, we might have some additional business because of some areas where we're succeeding, where maybe some competitors aren't, is a really important part of it. So it's tricky. We're not perfect at it. It's not an exact science. A lot of it is kind of educated guessing, but there are some gnarly spreadsheets and maybe not algorithms, some formulas and things like that. Yeah, I'm not that smart, but that's a big part of it.
Yeah. So then once we have all the product and we have those good ties with our suppliers, everything's brought in. We organize the workflow with our team. And we look at how much needs to be built to fulfill, the orders for that week, and then also stock up for the coming weeks or months, whatever it is.
So you're talking about building everything for that week and then also any other orders that are coming up. How many cloud nodes would you guys say that you guys build in a week?
We definitely have I'm going to give a big shout out to a production technician, Devin. He's on cloud nodes most days, but most every day. And we build around, I'd say 36 to 48 some days. And we have multiple per day. That's crazy.
That's awesome.
That's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of work that goes into one cloud.
Yeah.
A lot of testing and provisioning.
I mean, that's the reason why I brought that one up is that's definitely our most difficult product to build and put together. And because, you're right. You have to test it. You have to program it. And ultimately, we want to make sure that everything is good before it leaves our warehouse. We don't like RMAs. And so
absolutely.
Testing them to make sure that everything is good is an important part. So, Devin, you're the man.
But
he's over there. I can see him.
Devin's over there. Hi, Devin. Good job, Devin.
His headphones are on. He's
he
hard
can't
to
hear
work.
us.
Yeah. But that's I'd like to echo that. We make sure that everything is doubly, passed off. Quality assurance checks. We test everything so that our partners get the best product that they can, and they don't have to, have any issues while they're setting up stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty much.
Yeah.
That's it. We get it in, we build it, and we check it, double check it, ship it out.
Yeah, it's so cool. I mean, if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, in the background, you're going to be able to see a bunch of shelves that have a bunch of readers on them. There's controllers over there, and then you've got a building station back there. And like, yeah, there's some controllers over there that right now I can see some gaps in it. That's kind of normal, but if you do come over here at certain points of the day, that's completely full. And so it's a unique problem to have where we fill it up and then we just immediately grab it to ship it out, and then we have to build it again. So it's a good problem to have.
Yeah, it is a good problem to have. It's always cool to see. I mean, Andrew can speak to this, but you kind of have a physical representation at the end of each day by this massive stack of shipping boxes of like, dang, a lot of work got done today.
Yeah.
A lot of growth with our partners.
Some of those days where you post in the Slack channel just boxes lined up for like miles that UPS has to pick up, you're just like, that's a good day.
Yeah, for sure.
That's one thing about this job, is that you're always doing something. And I think moving the processing time down more and more from, like, I remember when I first started, it was like 3 to 5 days, and then it was 1 to 3. And I feel like now it's like we try to get it same day, if not next day, out the door. And getting those huge orders like same day, being able to plan for that is super rewarding.
It is really cool. And I'll tell you, our sales guys love that.
I'm sure you do. But it is super nice. And I think one thing I'll mention, like when you do look out here and there's those gaps, it's more so looking at the growth that we've had.
Yeah.
Because these shelves, like one of these products used to be on like a quarter or a fifth of the shelf because we're in this tiny
we
little
didn't have the
cramped
space,
area.
right?
Yeah.
Like legitimately, I wish that we would have done like half of this podcast there, and like we would have been shoulder to shoulder and like dying. And then it's like, all right, now in part 2, we're gonna be having a little bit more room to breathe. But this is way better. Sorry to interrupt.
You're
Go
good.
ahead.
I think it's just a testament to PDK's growth, and I feel like I'm like pitching PDK, but it's awesome to see like how quickly we grow and how much room we have to store everything now as we grow. So it's not that we're not working hard; it's that we have lots of more room.
Yeah,
now.
Andrew.
No, exactly.
Sorry, he's got to hop off this podcast.
Oh yeah, got to go get back to work.
What I will say though is, and totally kidding. I mean, Andrew's a rock star. This is just our pick area, right? So we've got thousands and thousands more product in our pallet racking areas and things like that. So
once this gets picked, you just bring in more that night and put it in, right? And so then it's just ready to pick for the next day.
Exactly.
It's like what you're seeing is like not even a third of the warehouse. There's still a whole other one on the other side that has even more product ready to go and ready to move over here into the pick area.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, it's so cool.
It's beautiful.
I love it.
And pallet racking.
Pallet racking, right? Being able to palletize everything is so cool. Yeah, we don't have the forklift here yet. Otherwise,
working on it.
dude, can we get 2 and then we can like race?
That's the plan.
Speaking about OSHA violations, I don't know if that's OSHA, but
Did you guys know that Jeremy is a certified forklift driver?
Is he?
Yeah.
What's he doing?
Yeah.
What's he doing at the
Dallin
office?
is as well, but
Is Dallin, dude? See, there we go. We are
Sorry,
going
Dallin, if
to
I'm calling
have
you out.
Fast and the Furious forklift.
That's right.
Forklift
It's
style.
gonna be Mario Kart Double Dash. Me and Andrew versus Dallin and Jeremy.
There you go. See, this will be great.
Yeah, it'll be good.
What we should do, OSHA violation, is we should put somebody up on the pallet and like you lift them up and then you blindfold the driver and the guy up on the pallet has to tell the driver what to do.
Ah.
See?
It's like a team building exercise.
That's exactly what this is.
Totally
we
safe.
promote unity and fun. That's one of our other core values here.
That's right. Communication is important.
Yeah.
And
Just think about what this does. This just builds trust and candor.
that's right.
Dude, like I'm just naming all of our
Dude,
core
I
values.
broke my
Wow.
leg because of your terrible instructions. That's showing candor and trust that the other person will receive that feedback.
This is taking a weird turn. But that's usually what happens on the Big Access podcast, so I'm okay with it.
Good.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys a ton. We're just about out of time on this week's episode, but you guys have been freaking fantastic. This has been really cool to see everything that you guys have built here on our production team. You really have done it with our partners in mind to make sure that everything goes out working, that everything goes out in a good, timely manner, and that they ultimately have just a fantastic experience with PDK. So thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Brad.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brock. This is awesome. We always enjoy listening to these every week, and you do a great job too.
Oh,
So
thank you.
Thank you.
I feel the love.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
Wow.
I love you guys so much.
You guys.
We'll do a team
Wow.
cheer after.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, thank you all for tuning into this week's episode of the Big Access Podcast. If you have not already done so, be sure to subscribe to it, give it a 5-star rating, and let us know if there's anything in particular that you are looking to learn. And we'll see you guys on next week's episode. We'll see you guys.